Hello everybody and welcome back to Frostpunk here, where things are in an interesting position. We've got a cold front coming in from what I presume is the north. What looms ahead, the storm is encroaching and rather quickly so we need to get ourselves ready. Discontent is pretty low, but also hope is very low as well, so if we could rise hope, that would be useful, but I'm not sure really how we can do that effectively. Just having a quick look at our economy, everything seems to be fairly good. Our coal production is now finally sorted out for the time being. Wood we are producing some, but not a huge amount each day. Food we're just about producing enough. 60 deaths yesterday. I'm hoping those weren't my deaths. Those might have been the deaths that those might have been the refugees we sent out into the wilderness to die because they were kind of terrible. We've got a bunch of people out here who've got a lot of good things. They're going to a damaged snowcat. I'm concerned they're going to die because they've got a lot of good things on them. We'll have to see. We'll speed through time as it's kind of late at night at the moment. We do have a lot of people sick at the moment. 43 in fact. But they're all in treatment, which is good. And we're just about keeping up with the temperature, but as soon as it gets cold again, as it will do, we're going to be in some real trouble, that's for sure. But we'll just have to work on that as best possible. I don't really see many other options, to be honest. Let's keep forward. Oh, scouts reach the damaged snowcat. Let's hope they don't die. There's some steel there, and it could explode. We found some supplies inside the wreck. We'll find a good use for them. Good. Some more steel. Excellent. I think we're just going to send these guys back home. We can probably use them quite effectively. There's a lot of places down here which we haven't got to yet. The ice crevasse, snow burrows, and deep hollow. These are all survivors, I believe. Who we could go and get, but I think I'm just going to get these guys to come home first, because they've got a lot of stuff on them, and then I can send them back out again afterwards. I don't want to lose the stuff that they have, because that is going to be pretty important. We're also heading towards a frozen pond. We'll see what happens there, if anything. And I've got a new automaton. Excellent. What is the new automaton's name? That's the bunkhouse. There's the factory, so it should be coming out momentarily. I don't know what... I said I was going to use it for something, and now I can't remember what I was going to use it for. The Bronze Irishman. Oh, I like that name. That's a good name. Where can we put this guy? Maybe in one of the food venues? Maybe in another sawmill? We can put him in the sawmill for now, until we've kind of found a better use for him. That's fine. We could put one in the hothouse. That will give us a lot of food, which might be useful. At the moment, the hothouses are doing okay. I'm just concerned that the hothouses will not work when it gets incredibly cold. They're in some real issues. But I might be wrong. But we're running out of spaces of warmth now, so we're going to have to find a new way forward. But we do now have a lot of automatons working for us, which is good. They can hopefully get us through the really, really cold periods. And we have a scout team who've reached the frozen pond. It is soon blocked in the frost land. We can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value, but we may be able to reach some more promising locations here. Snow-covered supplies. A series of small, barely visible mounds with a strikingly regular shape. Crates, probably. We will send these guys out there to deal with them. And hopefully we won't have any major issues, although we easily could do, that's for sure. Oh, I wanted to get myself a new resource depot, which I think can be somewhere fairly cold. I don't think it needs to be somewhere particularly warm, in all honesty. We'll put it down there just in case, but I think that's going to be... We're going to get some more food rations down, because we're actually doing... We're getting a lot of food at the moment. Okay, hothouses and industrial hothouses are now warmer. Excellent. We knew that would be something that we needed to do. And I also want to do the stereoscopic lenses, but that's going to require us to get some more steel. We do have some more steel coming back. It's going to take a little while. We could make automatons cheaper, but we're already, you know, we've already made a lot of automatons. We could try and make them a bit more efficient. That might be worthwhile. And see if there's anything else we need instead. Honestly, I think we probably just want the range upgrade, just to make this heater go further. Again, it's not perfect, but it means we might be able to turn off some of these outer rings, and when it gets very, very cold and very, very freezing, we might stand a chance. But we'll have to see. In fact, even our coal's doing pretty well here. Let's go back to our coal production. Our coal production is doing very well. We could actually probably get a second resource depot once we have the steel for it, and that would allow us to hold more coal and more food, because I think we're going to need it when it gets cold. I mean, I don't think we'll have that much coal when it gets very cold, because we need to burn things at a higher rate. So we'll have to see. But still, things seem okay because we've tried to make enough automatons ahead of time. I'm also going to just up this, because I want to see, that's really useful. By having a foreman with your automatons, that really increases the amount of coal we get. Of course, it does cost a bit of... it does cost food rations, but we're actually doing okay in terms of food rations. That gives us a lot of steel, which is really, really good. We could feasibly do that everywhere, actually. I don't know if there's... okay, there's a cooldown of 2 days. But let's just actually have a look at what that's done for our coal. See, look at that! Look what that's done to our coal production now, which is excellent. That being said, we are going to ensure... I want to ensure that we are okay for coal once we get the tech upgrade, because that's going to cost more coal for us. We also have an event. The automaton, serious accident. Sir, there's been an accident. An automaton has stepped on a man, crushing his leg, crippling him for life. People argue that the automatons should walk more slowly and carefully, even at the cost of their efficiency. Slow them down by 10%? No, I'm not willing to accept that. I'm sorry. The automatons will keep you alive, regardless of the cost of life. I think it's more important that we... oh no, not raw food, I want food rations, there we go. I think it's more important that the automatons keep working at their highest percentage, and if there's a couple of amputees because of it, it's not great, but it'll keep you alive, that's for sure. Okay. I think we're going to be able to get one more automaton here, which is good. It's going to turn nighttime fairly soon, but that's okay. Yeah, so it's on rest time now, but in the morning we can try... in the morning we can try do the tech that we need to, the beacon stereoscopic lenses. I'm not sure what that will do, but presumably something useful. We found some raw food in these crates, hopefully. Precious supplies. Under the snow we uncovered many crates of supplies. There's no telling who might have left them here. Okay, we've kind of explored the majority of places that we need to now. We can still go back to places, I think, but it doesn't feel like a major need to. I'm going to send these guys out here to see if we can rescue some survivors. Or at least go see what's going on there. Because I don't mind if we lose 57 food. That's not the... it's not the end of the world. We have a duel taking place, so hopefully no one dies, but, you know, they always can do. You know how it gets. Speed forward time. We're actually doing very well in terms of coal, which is wonderful. But as soon as we... okay, some people are homeless. We should probably deal with that. I didn't realise that was a concern. We do have these bunkhouses. I could just build houses straight away. They do require a lot of steel, mind. 25 steel, but if it would keep people warm, arguably that's a good thing to be doing then. And put a house down there. Eventually I'd like to maybe upgrade these. But for the time being, I think we'll just build new ones where we can find the space, which, albeit is not in many places, that's for sure. Put one there. It's probably slightly outside the wrong of where we need them, but that's okay. We have another event. Desperate father, runaway child. Sir, a man is here to see you. He says that his daughter ran away after the news of the storm spread. He wants to borrow a scout set and go after her. She's a big girl, but she was always very impulsive and she scares easily. I must find her before she's lost for good. She's all I have left. He will die to stop him. This man will be prevented from leaving the city. Hope will fall. We can equip him for the journey. Give him 30 food rations, or ignore him. We'll give him 30 food rations, although I fully expect him to die. I fully expect him to die. But that has lower discontent, I think, which is useful. Because yes, I fully expect to be in some major issues soon. Once this has got back down, we can put the heater back on for between days 36 and 38, and that will hopefully buy us time, but this is getting a little bit testy, that's for sure. We have a lot of children who are not working at the moment, but I think that's okay for the time being. I don't really want to put them into kind of the situation where they're in really tough jobs. But it might get that way, to be honest. I'm just trying to see, there's not many things we can do left here. We can do triage. We'll be able to dedicate all our efforts to healing those who can recover quickly. It's cost of sacrificing the more severely ill. You can use the triage in medical facilities to instantly heal half of patients, but a quarter of patients will die instantly. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know how we get to the organ transports and the apprenticeships, but we'll go back. We'll head over to Purpose and see what we can do there. We can get a propaganda centre. It raises hope, but discontent will rise. Oh, I don't know. That might be a slippery slope, but we're going to introduce it. How are we managing against that monstrosity? Yeah. People are not going to be happy that we built a propaganda centre, that's for sure. But we are going to build one because I think it's going to be needed. And these guys have returned back with a bunch of supplies. Excellent. Okay, let's get the propaganda centre down. There's going to be one built in the city. I'm concerned it's going to lead to some chaos, but we're going to build it nonetheless. And let's just hope that we don't turn into an authoritarian state, which we easily could do. Let's hope we don't. Okay, working day has started again, at least for some people. And it's getting colder, so what we're going to do, because it's going to be blooming freezing for most people. Oh, look at that. We are going to turn on our overdrive. That will make people warm. It'll buy us some time. It may not be able to turn on for the entire time that we're here in this kind of cold period, but we'll have to see. But at minus 70 we need the support really. And once this gets upgraded we can put the ring out further, and that will also help greatly as well. Storage limit, we could build another coal depot, but I don't think we're going to need it particularly. I think we're also probably going to be making a new automaton as soon as we can. And there we go, build me a new automaton, thank you sir. You know, I really think we can never have too many automatons to kind of work for us. Is there anything left our scouts can do? I think we've covered really the majority of places now. We'll send them out to the snow burrows, see what they can find. But it looks like there's less and less for our scouts to do nowadays. Okay, as soon as that tech is upgraded, we will kind of put the heater out further. We can fortunately do that now. Coal consumption will be higher with this setting on, absolutely. But now it can cover people a little bit further out. That house is very cold. I'm actually going to dismantle that and move it somewhere a little bit better. It's not really worth doing it there. We'll put a heater on in there, and we'll put some people in the centre. Hope rises in the propaganda centre, but something tells me that's not going to go very well. And here we go. This sign will remind everyone that we're a city of order. Order dawns in our city. Glorious, may the flag fly over the city forever. Order above all. That's going to go terribly wrong, something tells me. But we'll do some propaganda bulletin, because having propaganda is useful. Having hope is useful. I just need to make sure not to go too far down the slope. Okay, let's get this stereoscopic lens started. That's hard to say. In terms of purpose, what else can we do now that we've got the propaganda centre? We can get for agitator. Strategically place loudspeakers, remind our citizens of the importance of their work and increase efficiency. Or we can build pledge of loyalty. People make mistakes, but we can give them a chance to redeem themselves if they agree to cooperate, of course. They'll be turned into secret informers. Oh, blimey. We can also do forceful persuasion. Yeah, we're getting into the kind of ethically grey area now. How are we doing in terms of coal? We're still doing pretty damn well, even though we're now consuming a great deal of coal. If we can get another resource depot down, we will. Over here, probably. Just for some more coal. Because even though we have a lot of it, it's not going to last us very long. And that only lasts us about 20 hours. And it may get to the point where we don't have any coal potentials at all. And we have a new automaton. Let's go see the name of this one. This one is the King's Irishman. There's a lot of Irish, lots of Irish automatons at the moment, that's for sure. We're actually getting somewhere now. I do want to work on some more houses for people. There's not really any warm spots to do that, because everywhere else is already kind of filled up with things. If we could find some more warm areas, that would do the job, perhaps. Especially if we're going to go get some more people out from the cold, we are going to need to find some more places. Sadly, that's not going to quite be in range. We could maybe set up a new steam area here. A new steam hub. But we're going to need to build a street first. I was trying to think. Do we need it here? I'm trying to think where the best place is, because we could set up a whole new kind of residential area, maybe over here. But then we get rid of the trees, so I don't really know. I think probably over here, actually. We'll build a new road yonder. And what do we want to do with this last automaton? We could get another hothouse down, perhaps, and we could get a... And we could get one of the automatons to work in there, so we have enough food. That might work well. In terms of tech, we can still afford another steam hub. Excellent. Let's make sure it's within range. That'll do, pig. And then from there we will kind of work our best to get things sorted. Oh, we have intel. The citizens' needs to fulfill potential protest issues. The most burning issues where people can push our protest in the near future is to do with long working hours, which makes sense. I would like to reduce them. We do have a lot of people on overtime work, but I think we just need to, at the moment, keep them on the long hours until we can get our situations sorted. Okay, the resource depot is done. We'll put it for coal. It's going to get us a lot more space to work with, because I think we're still making pretty handsome profit in coal, which is nice. These automatons are really buying us a lot of time, which I'm thrilled about. But things are only going to get tougher again, and I'm not going to be able to keep this generator on overdrive all the time. Let's also have a look at the tech and see what we want to do next after this stereoscopic lens. We can maybe think about some more coal mining operations to make it a bit more optimised. I think we're okay on that for the time being. Healthcare installation might be a good one, or industrial hothouse. That would make us grow more food. That would be pretty useful. I can't help but notice that the music in the background is getting quite tense. I'm wondering what that's about. Maybe streamlined automatons or probably the automaton integration just to make them more efficient, because efficiency is useful. Some of these high level techs cost a lot of wood and steel. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get to them in time. But I think this campaign is about 43 days long, so we really don't have much time left to kind of work on our progress to get things sorted in time. And I'm a little concerned that we may not be ready. But we'll have to see how this goes. Let's speed up time again. Workday ends. We are going to give ourselves another coal storage facility and maybe another food ration facility, because we seem to be doing quite well on that at the moment, thankfully, because everything is very cold. Because everything is very cold, it means that I guess things store very well. We might want to get another steel production thing down. We could probably start work on upgrading people's houses, especially the ones around the back where it's arguably a little bit colder. I know people are going to be temporarily homeless, so I probably shouldn't do this all in one big swoop, but I'm going to do it nonetheless because I want people to do it generally when they're not on the working day. It's made a lot of people not very happy because a lot of people are homeless, but that won't always stay the case. We're going to need to turn this generator off pretty soon, in fact, within the next couple of... Yeah, generator stress level is critical. Before I forget, I'm going to turn that off. People will be cold. It's not going to be perfect. But they're chilly, they're not freezing. Which is the main thing. That coal thumper has got actual workers in, so I'm going to turn the heater back on there. We do have an automaton available. I should really do something. Oh, I was going to put it in here, wasn't I? There we go. Oh, it doesn't give us much food. It only gives us 2 food per hour. That's pretty abysmal, all things considered. I'm just going to turn that off and put workers in. I'm guessing that's because, you know, robots are not very good at growing food, would you believe? We're also going to probably build some more houses down there, but we've also kind of focused on upgrading for the time being. Where can we put this automaton where he'll be useful? I think all the main roles are already being filled by automatons. Could potentially get another sawmill down. There's plenty of wood over there. So we can get, actually we can get a sawmill, a wall drill, sorry, there, and first of all it looks damn cool, but also that's probably a better use of our wood production. It probably gets wood a little bit quicker than just using the sawmill, so I think we'll do that instead. And we'll put an automaton in there so we can start bracing ourselves with some better buildings, kind of houses, etc. But we'll have to see. And our scout team is due to make it to the survivor area. We've reached the snow burrows. A group of barely alive people hiding in several burrows dug into snow piles. All these people are deathly ill. It's a wonder they're still alive. The snow burrow is only a little less freezing than the surrounding icy wasteland. They won't last a day. We don't take them to this right now to the city. It's only 12 people. Doesn't really feel worth it, but we'll do so nonetheless. We also found an ice crevasse. Rescue survivors, and a camp meteor with some steelworks. That might be useful. So we are finding more stuff, which is good. I don't mind bringing in a few more people. That's not the end of the world. Let's go back and build some more houses. We have a new steam area somewhere. I just need to re-find where I put it. It's near our new steam wall. The only problem is that there's only so much space. You know, these houses are pretty tough in terms of space. They take up a lot of space, but I think it will be worth it. Weirdly, the automatons just do not do well in terms of food. That's okay. It's chilly there. I don't think we need to turn on the heater. Let's just have a look and see how we do now for coal balance. We're still doing okay. Still doing okay for the time being. We do still have this coal pile here where no one's working in at the moment, but I think there's a gathering post heading there. We can probably put some children in there. It's not going to kind of ruin that. We still have this one automaton available, but we will be putting it into this wall drill as soon as it's ready. We do have people heading that way, so that's not a problem. It's interesting that there's wood kind of in the ice walls. I wonder what caused that. Let's hope we're going to manage. I think we'll be okay, but it's going to be tough. We have another Frostbite citizen, Virginia Quinn. We could potentially put these people back to work with some prosthesis, but I think our method is better served. I think our method is better served getting people safe inside their houses. I'd actually say we have a decent enough workforce at the moment that we don't particularly need more workers at the moment, especially as how many prosthesis we're getting at the moment, or how many automatons we're getting at the moment. It doesn't seem like a huge issue for the time being, at least in my opinion. Let's hope these guys out here will be okay. I know they're not by the main generator, but they are by a steam hub, so hopefully that will be okay for them. Okay, the beacon can now gauge the severity of incoming storms. Excellent, how do we do that? Where's our beacon? Sir, the scientists couldn't believe their eyes, but they have double and triple checked their calculations. They say the strongest winds of the storm will cause the temperature to plummet beyond anything we've ever experienced before. Hunting will be impossible. The plants in the hothouses will freeze. Everyone left outside the city will perish, and if we can't heat our homes properly, we have to prepare. Prepare for the storm. Oh my goodness, okay. So we need to recall all scout and outpost teams within 5 days. We need to rescue the survivors from the relevant crevasses. And we need to get a generator power upgrade to 3. And we need to gather a week worth of food for each citizen. We need a bunch of food rations. I don't know if we're going to get that in time. How much are we actually getting per day? Not quite enough. For 2256. I'm hoping we can put the automatons on to grow food, however. What do we need to do? We need to also research generator power upgrades. Generator power upgrade 3, that's going to be in heating, isn't it? Aha! That's down there. Well, there's no way we're going to make that in time. Oh, 5 days for all of this. That's not an ideal situation at all. So what do we need for this tech? We need wood and steel. And then we probably need even more wood and steel, because we need. I think we need to get that unlocked. If we don't get that unlocked, I think that's game over, from what I can understand. We will need to recall all the outpost teams and scouts, and rescue all the survivors. All within 5 days. Oh boy, that's going to be a tough one. Okay, what can we do now to help ourselves? Let's get some more. Well, hothouses require they require steam cores. We could put on soup. It's too cold for these people to really be working there. I shouldn't let them go on, especially if they're children. That's fine. I'm going to put an automaton here to get me wood per hour. That's fine, because we're going to need it for our tech. Oh boy, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? How far out are some of these guys? I think we can afford to keep them out for a little while longer. But preparing for the storm, this is going to be an issue, that's for sure. And I don't know really what the best way forward is. We're gonna... Do we even have enough space for all this food? I don't think we do for the food rations. 10 people died. Where did they die from? They died en route. Damn. 10 people died en route, that's not ideal. Oh, do we need to get them back in straight away? Oh, I see. There's the storm, isn't it? And here, these ice things showing that it's too cold. So we've already lost some of the outpost teams, so we can't do that. As soon as I'm going to dismantle that post, they need to get back here in a hurry. Everyone needs to get back here in a hurry now. That's going to be the last of our steam cores and metal coming in. I'm hoping these scout teams will be okay. But we've already lost... Oh, we just had a lot of... We had a lot of hope drop there. That's not ideal. I want to upgrade this, but we need more wood. We need a lot more wood. I'm going to do that just to increase our production of food. Oh boy, we could be in for some real issues here. I'm going to very temporarily put some hunter's huts down to hopefully try and get some more food. Cookhouse, we're going to switch over to soup. It's not going to make people like me very much, understandably. Where we do, I think, have a couple of cookhouses actually. Let me just double check. Yes, we have another cookhouse down here. I'm going to put them onto soup as well. I know people don't like it, but it means that it's going to just produce a little bit more raw food than what we need. Oh boy. They've reached the ice crevasse. They're going to need to hurry. On the verge of death. We can bring them back, but we're not going to be able to make it back to the last people in time, but we're going to bring them back to the city. Because we need that as part of our... We've done the ice crevasse, we've done the snow burrows, then we just need to go to the deep hollow. There's also Camp Vulcan, which we could potentially get to, but I don't think we're going to get there before the giant storm sets in. What are we going to do for food? I'm not entirely sure. I think we will pause it there. We have a lot to do in the next part, possibly the penultimate part actually, before the end. We'll have to see. We do already have a level 4 tech test. I think we got that from a preemptive tech boost that we got, which was nice. But yeah, we're in a tough old spot here, and I'm not sure what the best. I'm not sure if we'll manage. I'm not sure if we'll survive, but we will be preparing for the storm next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.